So I was in Walmart recently and I noticed they're starting to sell 7.62 by 54R steel cased ammunition. Now, I haven't seen this ammunition on the shelves in Walmart before, and I was interested once they started producing this. And so in the back of my mind, I was always wondering, is it any good? Now, the surplus ammunition that you shoot through this thing isn't exactly the most high quality ammunition. I didn't clean it properly and I left a little bit in there and it started to corrode. And luckily, it seems like I cleaned it out fast enough that it didn't do any permanent damage. So, but the good thing about this ammunition, even though it is cheap, it is non-corrosive. So, but if you wanted to reload something, this is not it. This is steel-cased ammunition. So the first thing I wanted to do with this ammunition was test it at 20 yards. I have seen rifles that even at 20 yards, they begin to keyhole and you can start seeing irregularities in the holes in the target. And I also wanted to see if the groups would be tight or if they would just be huge groups. If it wasn't gonna have anywhere near tight groups at 20 yards, there's no way at 100 yards it would be worth our time. But at 20 yards, it's had a pretty good group for both of us. Come on. I'm pretty sure I jerked the trigger on that one. Come on. The bolt's still really stiff. I haven't polished the internals. From this angle. All right, so those bottom three were my first shots. So I was trying to get it a little bit higher so it'd hit the bullseye. And as you can see, there's two right at the bottom of the black ring. So, I mean, it's only 20 yards, but at least we know it shoots straight. There's no bullets keyholing. You gotta really hit that thing. Bottom group, 20 yards. So 20 yards, very tight groups, was really impressed with what we were having. We went out to 100 yards and at first it was going really high and to the right. And as we started shooting it, we realized if we aim to the lower left, we can get somewhat good groups. Now we're going off of iron sights. We didn't have a lot of ammunition, but we are having somewhat good groups.
I see it. It's way high.
Way high?
Yeah, for some reason. I think that's your shot. Keep shooting and see if we can get a group.
All right.
I see it.
Anywhere near?
Yeah, it was lower this time.
Okay. Definitely needs to get smoothed out.
Okay, I see it.
Come on.
I'll take you up there and I'll show you the order that you shot in, okay?
All right. I will say when you're bench resting this firearm, the recoil, it hurts. All right, what was the order again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So at very least they're not keyholing, which is what I was worried about, so I'm happy about that. But I was aiming for that target, so that's pretty big. I'm gonna let Alex shoot it. He's a better shooter than me. So we're not sure which one was first, but he was aiming for the center.
I was aiming around here.
Oh, you were aiming at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going way high. So,
A little bit.
all right. I think one right under the bullseye. So many shots there, it's hard to tell. I might have to go closer to tell because I can't. There's too many shots. I think they're all going right below the bullseye. All right, so that's what again?
Like vertically, it's about 4 inches, but horizontal, it's about 2.
All right, so elevation is our issue, but you know, for cheap steel case ammunition, it's not doing as bad as I thought it would. But now again, I'm gonna be shooting it and kind of doubt I'm gonna get that good of group. I'm good with scope, but I'm not as good with a iron sights at 100. My eyes are not as good as they used to be. 24 years old and I'm already saying that.
Alright, I see it. Not a bullseye, just to the left.
Another bullseye or just to the left of it?
Same elevation, but to the left, like 2.5 inches. Okay, just under the bullseye.
At least we kind of know where it's going.
Uh-huh.
High and to the right.
Okay, same spot, just below. You just put in a line, just straight down. This way, take a look.
Now that is my group. Now I know I could probably tighten that up with a little tweak with the elevation and windage, but I was just aiming generally down here. So I have no idea. There was no way to be consistent about it. I was just aiming somewhere in this area and I just kept going down. But you know what? I'm gonna say that yeah, it's cheap steel case ammunition, but it seems to perform just fine. So what do I have to say about this ammunition? Well, it seems to be very good ammunition. I won't say it's precision, but you know, if you have a Mosin Nagant, chances are the surplus stuff you're shooting through it is lower quality than this. Now before this video, it was already having a hard time cycling. So that's not due to ammunition, that's due to the tolerances inside the bolt. I am at some point going to polish the internals and see if I can smooth out the action because you really got to hammer it to cycle it. Very tough bolt to cycle. So if you'd like to see a full video on the Mosin Nagant, I have an old one, but I'm not really happy with it. So I probably will redo it in the future. If you'd like that, put something down in the comments below. And like I said, I am actually kind of tempted to see if I can convert this somewhat into a PU rifle. Put a scope mount on the side and see if I can get an original or maybe a reproduction sight on it. Because I think that would be really cool. Replace the bolt with a curved bolt. But at the moment, I'm really happy that it's doing as well as it is. I'm surprised. For a gun made in 1934 and it's doing as well as it is, I'm impressed. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff coming up in the future, a lot of improvements. Hello, I'm a man round. I make your fun go away. Yay! You jackass.